Good morning. You guys are just starting your day and we are just ending ours. And so we are 13 hours ahead of you guys in the Philippines, and we've had our first kind of half day of ministry. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about what we've been experiencing here in the Philippines and kind of what today has held. Too long to put into a post. I wanted to just do a quick video. So this morning, we have been up since I've been up since just before 4 o'clock this morning. I woke up wide awake. I had Abigail snuggled in right next to me on my side of the bed, and I was so excited to just have her with me that there was no going back to sleep. And Brian woke up shortly after that, and so she was awakened at 4:45 with him steamrollering over her, rolling back and forth and yelling steamroller and waking her up. And she had a great attitude. She was laughing, and that was a great way to start our day. We have not really let her out of our sight. Except for right now, she is showering and packing up to change hotels for tomorrow. So that's why you're not seeing her here. But you're going to see her tomorrow because we're going to do a video together then. She wanted to do that. And so we got all things packed up. We grabbed some coffee together and headed over to the Microtel Wyndham, which is where we are right now. We got to see a bunch of other racers and their parents and meet a lot of people who are here with AIM, reconnect with a lot of people. That was great. And we met Kenny Sacht, who is the head of Wipe Every Tear Ministry, which is the ministry that we are working with over the next few days. So we grabbed lunch, and then we came back for an introductory session with Dion, who is the head of coaching for Adventures in Missions, and he shared from his heart, and then Kenny shared about the ministry and kind of what we're going to be doing over the next couple of days. From there, we kind of pulled things together, jumped into buses, and we got to head to two of the safe houses that Wipe Every Tear Ministry has here. Really amazing. I loved the way that Kenny talked, and he talked about how the fact that we're going to be going into, what is it called? Oh dang it. Walking Street. That was it. Okay, so we're going to be going into Walking Street, which is the red light district here in Angeles City. Well, I'm not in Angeles City till tomorrow, but we're going to be going into that red light district and going into the bars and loving on the girls who are there. And Kenny talked about the fact that these are not prostitutes. These are not whores. These are girls who have been prostituted, and they've had no other choice. This is the only thing that they have been able to do for them being able to provide for their families, for themselves, or their families have actually given them into the trafficking trade here, turned them over to it. So obviously our hearts are already in this place of being broken for these precious girls. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, not knowing how we're going to respond emotionally and how we're going to interact. But I was so blessed going to these two safe houses. Up there about 5 minutes walk from each other. I look like I do because from walking from one safe house to the other, it just started to rain. We got soaked and it was fun. We loved it. But I was amazed by Abigail, who in her time here has gained such a beautiful confidence in connecting heart to heart with those that she's speaking with, whether it's a little child who ends up latching onto her and they become best friends in the time period that we're there, or engaging in real conversations with these girls and knowing the questions to just ask, to draw these girls out and connect with them. And it's beautiful. She does it with such grace, such kindness, such openness and acceptance. It's, you know, just talking to some new girlfriends that she's getting to know. And it was beautiful to witness. So we got to see where they live, and I'll post pictures because I got to take pictures of their bedrooms and things. We are not allowed to post any pictures. We're not allowed to take any pictures of any of the girls who are in the program for their privacy's sake. So we just spent time loving on these girls, getting to know them, it brought a lot of ease to my heart for what we're doing, because they're just girls. They're just girls, and they're beautiful inside and out. We had dinner with them, and we had a time of worship together as racers and parents and girls in this program. And then some of the racers, 3 of them, shared their testimonies, and Abigail was one of the ones asked to share her testimony. It was beautiful, blessed every heart that heard it, and ours included, obviously, most of all. Then parents had an opportunity to share if they wanted to, so nobody was saying anything. So I just shared from my heart kind of our journey with Abigail through this. And it was a beautiful, beautiful evening. Being in the Philippines, what has been incredible is to be driving and see tremendous wealth, tremendous development of this city. They've reclaimed a whole area that used to be covered in seawater, and they've built it up with all of these condos and this incredible Mall of Asia, like nothing I've ever seen before. Just absolutely beautiful, and literally right next to it, in the alley, in the street right there, wherever, there's abject poverty. There are families living on garbage heaps or just on the side of the road, children who are playing naked, lots of clothing being hung everywhere. And that's the reality of the situation. And it is in direct contrast from one to the other. And it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to process. And you just want to do whatever you can to make everything better. And you aren't enough of a solution. But you can be God's hands and feet and His love for each and every person that you walk, alongside of or run into or meet. And that's been wonderful. So we have taken opportunities to be able to pray with different people. Brian, of course, has been the one leading the charge on that, praying with several of our Uber drivers, and one of the guys who cleaned our room at the hotel that we were in originally, different things like that. I've had opportunities to speak to a couple of people on the airplane as we were traveling, and just things like that. So tomorrow, pray for us, please, which is actually your night tonight. We begin going into Angeles City, and by evening time, our time, so tomorrow morning, your time. So confusing. We're 13 hours ahead of you. So about 8 o'clock our time, which will be 7 a.m. your time tomorrow morning, we're going to be heading into the bars. And we are going in and celebrating the girls and going in like we're having a party. That's, kind of the training that we have been given, and be very loving and kind and accepting, and have an opportunity to actually be able to call girls over. You don't go like this. This is like calling a dog or a whore. You kind of go like this. So a hand down and scratch toward you to welcome them over. You buy them a drink, and it can be what they choose. But you know what? Some of them really love chocolate milk. So you need to buy them a drink in order to give them their commission to spend time with you. And we will be able to share with them about Wipe Every Tear ministry, and the fact that they have an opportunity to have a home to live at, with a bed to sleep in, a fan that blows, education that that will be paid for, food that they will be able to have to eat, and be able to invite them to come to the bus. I believe it was Saturday morning, I think. Brian is half asleep next to me. And they can come visit the Safe House and see if it's something that they want to be a part of. And, tell them it's not for everyone, but you can come and see if it's for you. And it's not a hard sell, because you don't want them to feel like they're being trafficked, but give them an opportunity to come engage with the ministry and see if it's something for them. So we're going to be spending the next 2 nights going into the bars. So that will be Thursday night and Friday night our time, so that Saturday morning we can be giving them cards that will give them information on Wipe Every Tear ministry, and invite them to come to the bus Saturday morning to come check out the safe houses and see if this is something for them. So, pretty amazing. Absolutely incredible being with Abigail. Oh my gosh, the homecoming reunion, whatever you want to call it, was amazing. So thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you for your love. Thank you for sharing in this journey with us. God is all over it. So we love you guys and praying for you and hope all is well back in the States. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.